know that your role as a wife is not to become his mother, rather to become his lover. What would a lover do when your husband is, for example, watching the TV? Now, I'm not saying this is the right thing to do, is to sit on the TV the whole time. I've got a question like that before, that my husband sits in the TV the whole time. I'm trying my best to answer all the questions that I got during the slides. And if some remain, then inshallah, we're going to talk about them as well. Okay, so what would a lover do if she sees her lover sitting and watching a TV? She would not take a role of a mother. She would not take care of that everything else, run chores around him. No, she would actually just cozy up next to him. Yeah, she might grab some popcorns as well to create a nice atmosphere, but she's not going to be killing herself making sure everything else is taken care of. No, she's going to spend time with him. She's going to enjoy his company. What would a lover do if the man she loves spend a lot of time with his friends? So if he comes back home, a wife might start saying things like, "Where were you? I was waiting for you so long. The food is cold." Lover wouldn't do that, because she would just be happy to see him there, because she wasn't expecting him there in the first place. So if he's there and like she's happy, and it shows in her expressions, and "Oh, you are here. My day has brightened up." So when he's there, she welcomes him, and when he's not there, she is not miserable killing herself. She is busy with other things. The role of the mother is to probably nag and set boundaries and correct behaviors, but as a wife, we're not doing that. We're not their mother. So if they're doing something that shouldn't be done, then we need to remember we're not their mother. Yes, there is a way to femininely guide him, influence him, but direct confrontation or nagging is not the way. And remember to always strengthen your connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through talking to him. And the lover, it is a role that a wife needs to take, and it's a skill the wife needs to learn, how to be a lover, not a mother. Sometimes when couples are living together for a long time, the communication starts wearing off. And you don't know what to talk to him about, what to chat with him. But a lover would be chatting for a very long time. They would be just talking constantly about different things and laughing and having a good time. So if you're struggling in that area, if you're not on a good communicating terms with your husband, there needs to be a certain friendship there for it to be fun. So for that, if you're struggling in that area, then it is a good idea to think of some conversation starters from beforehand, and think of everything every day, something to talk to him about, something that is open-ended and could have an element of emotion attached to it. For example, what is one thing that I do that you really like? And he could tell you something and they go, "Oh, it's interesting. I love this about you so much." And you could talk about that. And you're like, "Oh, really? I didn't think you like this so much. I mean, I never thought you actually appreciated that about me." Think of communication starters that work for you. What is the moment that you realize you truly loved me? Then you could take a trip down the memory lane of him actually falling in love with you, different aspects, and you could tell him things about that you fell in love with. And this is the gentle feminine influence. When you're telling him things that you actually love about him, love the time he spends with Quran, for example, this is a gentle feminine influence. This is the talk of the lover. And things like, is there anything that's been on your mind lately? So you're going to provide him comfort and support. He could think of sharing something with you, or he could just say things like, "Nah, everything has been okay." These kind of questions, he might be on edge if in the past you have attacked him, criticized him, or blamed him for some things. Or you've tried to, for example, take over the situation for him, things like that. So if your husband is hesitant to have conversations, think about the possible reasons. Why could it be? Has it always been like that? Because if it's always been like that, if he's like that with everybody and doesn't open or doesn't talk to everybody, that means it's his nature. Then there are other ways to try to get him to open up. But generally, what ends up happening is that in the beginning of the marriage, men do talk freely with their wives, and then on the basis of the feedback they get, like either criticize or negative reaction and things like that, they start putting up tabs on those kind of conversations, and they start just locking them up in their hearts. So to open those locks again, you have to make him feel safe. You have to take the role of a lover rather than the typical role of a wife of criticizing and things like that. Yeah. Okay. Some other examples. There anything I can do to make you feel more supported? Because men love to be supported by their wives. Think of Prophet ﷺ when he was scared. The first thing he did was went to Khadija radiallahu anha. Because a gentle, feminine support a wife can give is really charging for men. And another question, if it wasn't going to be an inconvenience to anyone, what would your dream day look like? This is such a typical lover question. You're sitting on the sofa eating popcorn. What's your dream day like? Like, oh, I want to go hiking all day and don't come back unless I absolutely have to. She's contributing to that and just fantasizing about those things. So those are some examples. Now, remember how I said that those women who actually want to change and they're serious learners, now this is going to be the test, inshallah. Now, I want all of you that are here to either look in the mirror or open up your phone cameras and look at yourself. Take in what you really look like right now. Let me know when you're done. Can you repeat that question? The question is to have a good look in the mirror and see how you look right now in this very minute. How do you look in the mirror or in the phone? You look tired, look chic, like a nanny, like a maid. Need my hairbrush. Oh, pretty. I made myself all nice before the session. Allah my body. Okay, very beautiful and relaxed. Is this the image you want your husband to see? Do you think this is the image that if your husband saw, he would think feminine? He would think attractive? Yes. Okay. Not at all. Kind of. There's room for improvement. Okay. Excellent. So remember, ladies, you're not in competition with anyone in the world except yourself. You've already won the competition. He's chosen you to be his wife among all the ladies in the world. You have won that competition. You are not in competition with any person in the world because you have him, but you're in competition with yourself, whether you're going to keep him or you're going to lose him. Ladies, there is a best version of you, and there is a worst version of you. On the day-to-day life, do you strive to put the best version of you forward? Or are you comfortable staying in your worst state just because you got him, you don't have to put in any effort? Now, remember, ladies, first of all, are you worth the effort? Are you worth it? Are you worth to be loved and to be pampered and to be attracted to? Are you worth feeling feminine? Are you worth some of your time every day? Are you worth that? You need to internalize that you are worth it. You're worth the effort. And more importantly, you're worth the results. You're worth the love and the attraction and the connection that you're going to build after changing some things about yourself. You don't want to be in your worst version. You want to be in your best version in your day-to-day life, especially before your husband comes home, but not limited to when he comes home, because you are worth it in and of yourself. You are worth putting some efforts. You are worth looking put together. My niece, Allah Mabarak, every time I look at her, she looks so decorated. some clips here and there in her hair, a dozen of things in her hair, and then some, jewelry here and there. She's worth it, and so are you. You were that person before when you were younger, and you believed you deserve all the time in the world. And you can be that person again. Okay, now here's another activity for you. I want you all to get up. I give you 5 minutes, and there's a timer for you. Change your appearance in 5 minutes. Make yourself attractive. Try to achieve the best version of yourself. Here you go, 5 minutes. Let's come back in 5 minutes. Marhaba, welcome back. So now, all of you ladies, you must look pretty and you must feel amazing. Tell me in the chat, what did you do and how did it make you feel? How do you look now to yourself? Do you look attractive? One of the ladies is saying, untied my hair a bit and combing. Just lip cut. Alhamdulillah. Many of you were finished even before 5 minutes. Brian, I've changed out of pajamas, put a dress on, put a makeup on. Wow, look at you. You did all of that in just 5 minutes. Make a necklace and bangle. My daughter asking, oh my goodness, look at that. I love it. Yeah, I feel prettier. I've like gone and lip gloss. Great, feeling great. Alhamdulillah, there's a difference. Comb my hair and put some makeup. Wow. Changed my clothes and tied my hair properly. I started straightening it quickly and laughed. Oh my goodness. Wow, she started a little bit laughed. Wow, okay, Allah Mubarak. Combing and lip gloss. 5 minutes seems pretty long. Why? So, ladies, look at that. One of you is saying 5 minutes seem pretty long. Now, the purpose of this activity is to show you how you can transform yourself in just 5 minutes. You're worth that time. Just 5 minutes. You can, before your husband comes home, or just in the morning as well. What I prefer personally is to book 5 minute slots. Like when I wake up in the morning, I do something quickly, and then throughout the day, little times here and there. One major time is when my husband comes back from work, and the other time is when I am about to go to sleep. So those are 3 day self-care times for me, and it just takes like about 5 minutes, and my self-care is done, and I feel constantly in a maintained state. Hair makes such a big difference. Even if you think your hair is not that amazing, even if you think your hair is probably not the best, letting them down just makes the strong feminine effect to your appearance. It is very feminine to have your hair down. It's important to take care of your hair and do small massages in your hair throughout the day. It's going to keep your hair healthy. All right. I always think it's such an effort to get ready, but this activity has shown me it doesn't take long. Exactly, that's the whole point. And you are worth that, and your husband is worth that. Our mission at Al Qawarir is to help women become better wives, mothers, and homemakers. I would like for you to support us by subscribing or following or liking or commenting as well. These are all the things that tells YouTube that this video is worth sending to a similar audience. Okay. Self-care is bare minimum. What you did just now, I mean, some of you even put on makeup on. I feel like makeup is for occasions or not an everyday thing, especially because of sometimes it can cause some negative reactions to your skin. But if your skin is not that sensitive, it's good to have makeup on as well before your husband comes from work. Well, I consider like self-care to look fresh, to look put together, to look presentable, to look like you can walk into a gathering of women and feel confident, not feel like, oh, I need to fix something about myself. This is how you should be at home as well. This is bare minimum. It is like salah. Your salah, you've got 5 prayers that are wajib. You cannot let go of those. And then there's some that are nawafil, or there's like witr that are optional. So your self-care is bare minimum. Your hygiene, your self-care is bare minimum. And then comes the icing on the cake that we're going to talk about in the coming slides, inshallah.